Hello friends, let's explore under the sphere of real life situations or contexts and their expression in English language. I'm talking of comparisons, where we are going to study the ways of comparison and useful expressions there too. Let's see the different ways of comparison first. Sentence structures for comparison in real life situation or context. We often compare two or more things or people or action or objects in terms of some common characteristics, denoted by the degrees of adjectives and adverbs. The following may be the possible situation to compare two things. See the apt structures to express them. Number one, I mean A, showing two things to be equal. Use of positive degree. Examples. Number one, he runs as fast as his friend. Here we are comparing two friends in terms of ability to run fast. See the degree of adjective as fast as, positive degree preceded by as and followed by as. Mark the structure. Another example, it rained as heavily today as it did on last Independence Day. Again, here is adverb heavily preceded by as and followed by as, right? Number three, he eats as much as he did last year. Here action compared eats and did or ate last year in terms of quantity. Another situation, showing one's advantage over the other. Use of comparative degree. Examples. Number one, I like watching TV more than studying. Here actions compared are watching TV and studying in terms of liking. Number two, she is 10 months older than her brother. Here people compared are she and her brother in terms of age. Number three, men are known to be healthier than women. People compare men and women in terms of health. Number C, I mean third way, comparing more than two things. Use of superlatives. I mean superlative degree. First exercise. Make sentences with the following using superlatives. One of them is done for you. First one, Jupiter is the biggest planet in our solar system, right? Here two things compared are Jupiter with all other planets. So here comparison among the things, that is more than two things, right? Man is the most developed animal on the earth. We can write. So this way you continue and complete the exercise. All the 7 sentences. Second exercise here. Which of the following do you like most? Express your choice in sentences with superlative followed by a clause of reason with comparative degree as shown below. Examples. Number 1. Here are 3 choices. Comic stories, short stories and drama. Answer, we can write it this way. I mean you can use the superlative degree followed by a clause of reason. I like comic stories most. See the superlative degree. Because they are more enjoyable. Another, then number 2 is given and this way it continues. You have to complete it like this up to number 7. Right? Now fourth way or fourth situation of comparison. Something is higher are better than the other. Use of comparative degree. Examples. Number 1. Lassi tastes better than milk. I mean milkshake. See that. See the use of comparative degree. Better than. And example 2. She looks happier nowadays than before. Number 3. Indira Bhavan is bigger than Somdat Plaza. Fifth situation. Something is lower or worse than or inferior to other. Use of positive or comparative. Examples. Number 1. Kiran is not as tall as Amber. See, the structure is subject plus verb plus not. I mean negative sentence it is, plus as plus positive degree plus as plus object. Right? Number 2. Traveling by train is less comfortable than by bus. Here structure is different. Subject plus verb plus less plus adjective or adverb plus than. Adjective or adverb in comparative plus than plus object. More accurate ways of comparison. In all the cases above, we have used subject plus verb plus object or noun plus verb plus noun, the basic structure, I mean sentence structure as studied earlier. But sometimes using the degrees only seems to be insufficient to express the situations accurately. See the situation here given in the table. Mr. A earns rupees 100 per day. Mr. B earns rupees 110 per day. Mr. C earns rupees 300 per day and Mr. D earns rupees 500 per day. See the two sentences describing the situation here. Number 1, Mr. A earns less than Mr. B. Number 2, Mr. A earns less than Mr. D. See, there is a lot of difference. Though the sentence is the same, pattern is the same, so it is insufficient to express the difference. See, the range of difference in earnings as expressed in sentence number 1 is of rupees 10 only, whereas it is 400 rupees in sentence number 2. But second sentence is unable to express it. Hence, we need to modify the sentence structure to express it more accurately. We can do so by modifying the comparative degree as given below. A. See the following pattern. Comparative degree can be modified with much or many or far or slightly or a little. Okay, as the case is. Now let's rewrite the above two sentences using this pattern to express the context more accurately. Number 1, mark sentence 1 above and sentence 1 here. Mr. A earns a little less than Mr. B. See, a little less. This expresses the situation more accurately. Same sentence, now sentence 2 above and sentence 2 here. You can mark the difference. Mr. D earns much more than Mr. A. This is more accurate, certainly. Okay, so let's use these modifiers of comparative to be more accurate. Still to be more accurate, we can use another way. Here, see, the comparative degree, I mean our positive degree of adjective or adverb may be modified with half, twice, thrice or 3 times, 4 times, 10 times, 100 times or 1000 times and so on. See the examples. Mr. D earns 5 times as much as Mr. A and Mr. C gets thrice as much as Mr. A. Make such 3 more sentences to complete it. This is more accurate way to express the comparison. Let's see some other way to be more accurate, that is percent. 10%, 50%, 150% or whatever percent it is, plus more or less plus than. Okay, see the examples. Mr. B earns 10% more than Mr. A. Number 2, Mr. D earns about 70% more than Mr. C. See that? This is almost 100% accurate in expressing the comparison. See another structure here. See, subject plus verb plus the same characteristic plus as plus object, right? Examples. Number 1, the teacher is the same age as my father, right? Another example, she has the same fitness for the job as my brother. right? In the first case, the two people compare are the teacher and my father. And in second case, she and my brother, right? Now, make 5 sentences of your own on each of these patterns. Okay, right? Now let's have some other slide. Here is some exercise and advice. Situations of comparison exist in abundance in our real life. Let's observe them and express them using these structures suitably for practice. Okay, continue practicing. It's practice that will make you perfect. All the best. Keep on learning. Thank you very much.